Hello and welcome to episode 10 of Emulating the Master. Welcome back to episode 10 of Emulating the Master. I'm Wes, and in today's episode we'll be taking on Brighton and Nottingham Forrest in the Sky Bet Championship. Now, since you were last with us, we've had some mixed form. We left you after the 5-1 defeat away from home in the Carabao Cup third round to Sheffield Wednesday. We then followed that up with a 2-1 loss at home to Reading and a 2-0 loss at home to Wigan. We then drew 4-4 with Leeds away from home with a Wilfred Bonney hat-trick contributing to the 4 goals and a goal from James Wilson. We then followed that up with another draw, 1-1 against Hull, where Lucas Lima scored the only goal for us. Then finally we managed to end the run of 8 straight games without a win, with a 3-0 win at home to Preston. It was a very good game. We were all over Preston. We looked to have really turned a corner there. And we followed that up with a bit of revenge on Sheffield Wednesday, a 1-0 home win. Tom Carroll with the only goal in the 65th minute. That was a bit more of a tight run game. Some of the players didn't have the best of games. Diafra Sakho was probably our worst player on a 6.3, but we still managed to pick up the win. So like I said, today we'll be taking on Brighton and Nottingham Forest. Brighton at home, Nottingham Forest away. And at the moment we sit in 17th place in the Championship, which means we are only 4 points away from the relegation zone and 5 points off of the playoffs. So it's quite a tight league at the moment, 14 games in. Hopefully a win, at least one win today, or maybe a couple of draws, will keep us in touch with the playoff situation, because we do need to get up there. Unfortunately, due to the bad run of results, I am under threat of being sacked again, so we do need to try and keep this winning run going, or at least this undefeated run going, because we are undefeated in 4 games. If we can keep that up, then the board might see sense and keep me on as manager. Obviously, if we do get sacked, then that is the end of the series. I have managed to secure a signing to go through in January of a new goalkeeper, which I'll tell you about. Angus Gunn from Man City. He was rated at 73 by my scouts. He's only 22, he's English, which means he adheres to our homegrown player selection criteria. And as things stand, he'll come in as our 3rd best goalkeeper, but he will serve as a good backup for Fabianski, meaning that we will have a goalkeeper we can actually use on the bench rather than a youth player in Lewis Thomas. So that will make things a hell of a lot easier with selection. Also, it means that if I'm running low on homegrown players in the starting 11, then I can swap Fabianski out and put in Angus Gunn, because He's got a 2.5 star current ability, but he's got 3.5 star potential ability. So hopefully he's only 22. Hopefully he'll go on to be our number 1 maybe next season, assuming we're still in the Championship. And that deal will go through, I believe, on the 1st of January. So in a little under 2 months' time in the game. So we'll get on to our first match of the day against Brighton and Hove Albion. We're going with the same team that won against Sheffield Wednesday and Preston. We did drop James Wilson because he did go a few games without scoring, and Sakho's been okay the last few games. He didn't have a good game last game, but he did score in the previous game. Him and Bonney are starting to form a bit of a partnership now, so we decided to keep him in the side. We've also swapped things round with Sakho and Bonney. Sakho will be playing as the advanced forward, but on the right hand side, because I find that when he plays on the right hand side, he drifts out wide and crosses in for Bonney, and then that results in Bonney scoring most of the time. Rocker Messer is out injured at the moment, so Carroll has come in for him. He's done okay, got the winner in the last game. So yeah, things are going okay at the moment. So our starting 11 are Fabianski in goal, McShane, Javi and Carnahan at the back, with Paid and Mbengi as the wing back, with a central midfield of Rode and Carroll and Lucas Lima playing in just behind Bonney and Sakho. On the bench we have Thomas, Pennington, Clucas, Wilson, Long, Grant and Jung. We're playing on a standard mentality, flexible team shape. We've dropped deeper and closed down more as the team instructor. Okay, so hopefully we can pick up a result. Pye's been quite good since he's come back into the side as well. He scored a fantastic free kick. Talking of free kicks, Carnahan's just put one over for our first highlight of the game. Never seen Carnahan take a free kick before. Don't know why he's on free kicks instead of Pye. Pye's a set piece specialist. Sacco plays it forward to Bonnie, who loses out, who's crowded out there. Carroll plays it into Road, back to Carroll, plays it forward to Lima, and again Bonnie loses out. And now Brighton can break on us. We need to defend well, which is why I've decided to drop the defensive line back slightly to try and stop the long balls over the top. It stops them getting goal side of us, which is a big help as well. It means that the defenders are there, because we've got a couple of more experienced defenders, shall we say. They're not the quickest, so dropping that defensive line back means that they've got that extra yard. Lucas Lima plays it into Jabiyi, and we are 1-0 up. I think that was Bonnie. Yeah, Bonnie got the final touch there. Good, well worked set piece. Lucas Lima played it in, nodded on by McShane. Jabiyi played it into Bonnie. I don't know how much Bonnie knew about that, but he will get the goal. And this is a good start. We're 1-0 up. Hopefully we can keep this lead. That would put us up to 12th place, and that'd be a fantastic place to end the episode. Corner, Lucas Lima. Oh, we're 2-0 up. Carroll's just scored. For 2 games in a row, Carroll has scored. We're looking a lot more like the team we should be. It was played out. Lucas Lima played it into Bonnie. Bonnie passed it off to Carroll, and with great finish from Carroll inside the area there. This is great. This is a great start, and we should be going in at half-time 2-0 up. The stats show the story. We've had 8 shots, 5 on target. We've had 60% of the possession. We're outplaying Brighton at the moment. Considering Brighton were one of the teams that came down with us, this is really good. This is a really good sign. And they've got 2 of our former players in their starting 11. So obviously we made the right decision in getting rid of them. Saying that, now I've said that, they'll probably come on and score 3 goals between them in the second half. Okay, on to the second half. I've just said to them at half-time, more of the same, lads. Keep it going. Everybody seems to be having a good game, apart from Mbengi and Sacco, who are both on 6.6. Mbengi dropped to a 6.5 briefly, but Sacco's looking complacent. So we have got James Wilson on the bench who can come on and replace Sacco, because it would be a like-for-like swap, because they both play as advanced forwards. And Fabio shooting wide there for Brighton. Paid with the throw-in, trying to find Sacco but couldn't. Throws it straight to a Brighton player, and now they're going to break on us. And that was an appalling shot from them. They can keep shooting like that all day if they want. So 65 minutes in, we're still 2-0 up. Don't really want to change anything, but I will make some changes pretty shortly. May even drop the mentality down to counter. Good save there from Fabianski, because all the highlights seem to be going Brighton's way at the moment. I just want us to drop back to see if we can hold this this lead. Saying that, we're reducing them to long shots that are going nowhere near the target. So dropping that defensive line back has made it more difficult for them to break us down. Great. If we can keep a clean sheet, that would be fantastic. Sacco not having the best of games, so Sacco will make way for James Wilson. We don't have another left back on the bench at the moment, but we do have Sebastian Jung, and maybe he can do a job for us at left back, or at left wing back, should I say. Or maybe I should swap him and can Paid play over there? Paid's better than Jung, so yeah, we'll play Paid at left wing back and Jung at right wing back. I'm going to leave it on standard for now. If we do concede, then I will drop it back to counter, just to make sure that we can hold on to the lead. But this is great, being 2-0 up, nearly 10 minutes left, good position to be in. Okay, we've got 4 minutes left. I'm going to make our final change. I'm going to bring Kevin Long on for Carnahan, just to give him a bit of rest. He has been one of our best defenders the last few games. It's taken him a while to settle into the squad, considering I bought him last January, so it's taken him nearly a year, but he's starting to come good for us now. And we've got just seconds left to hold on to this, and that's it. We've won 2-0, we kept a clean sheet, great game. We want more of that. If we can keep playing like that, then we'll easily get into the playoffs, maybe even start to chase down the leading pack and maybe challenge for the title. But I won't hold my breath because I know in this game things can turn around quite quickly and go drastically wrong. Okay, here we are ready with our starting lineup for the game against Nottingham Forrest away from home. It's an unchanged side from the side that beat Brighton 2-0. So it's Fabianski in goal, McShane, Jabby E and Carnahan as the back three, Paid and Mbengi as the wing backs, central midfield of Rode and Carroll with Lucas Lima playing in just behind Bonnie and Sacco. Same mentality, same team shape, same team instructions, and hopefully same result, which we do. We want to carry on this winning run, so that's 3 games on the bounce we've won now. We sit in 13th place, or we did before we went into this game, on 20. We were on 21 points, so a win should see us get up towards the playoffs, assuming other results go our way. Carnahan with a free kick, and that's gone wide. Carnahan on the free kicks again. I can't help but think Paid would have scored that. Quite good at free kicks. I'll have to have a look at my set piece takers after this game because I do want Paid on. Lucas Lima played it up to Rode and Carroll, up to Sacco, back to Rode, Carroll again. Plays it up to Bonnie. Bonnie plays it out to Mbengi. Back inside to Carroll. Lucas Lima up to Bonnie and Sacco shoots wide. Good, we're passing it around nice in the midfield. Building from the back as well, which is always a good sign. Long ball up from Fabianski, finds Bonnie. And Mbengi running down the wing, plays back to Carnahan. Lima up to Bonnie, Sacco shoots and he scores. 30 minutes in and we're 1-0 up thanks to a screamer from Diafra Sacco. He's been a lot more clinical than Wilson has this season. Great finish. And we're 1-0 up again, and that sees us, as things stand, that will put us up to 8th place and we'll be level on points with Barnsley, who currently sit in 6th place, occupying the last playoff space, and that would only leave us 7 points behind Leeds, who are winning the league at the moment. I'm not going to jinx things because we still want to just keep this winning run going for as long as possible. Because at the moment we are mugging Nottingham Forest. They've had more shots on target and more of the possession. We've scored with our only shot on target. So if we can just keep things going the way they are. Things are going well, but you're capable of even better. Let's go with that. Leaving things as they are for now. From the looks of things, Lucas Lima and Paid are not having the best of games. Currently on 6.4s, but plenty of time to rectify that. A good save from Fabianski. He's been fantastic in goal this season. He's been a very busy goalkeeper, but he's been consistently good for us. I mean, he's on 7.6. The only player with a higher rating than him at the moment is Sacco, and that's because Sacco scored. And just as I've been bigging up Fabianski, he concedes. Not a lot, I think. Oh, it was actually disallowed, so we'll forgive him for that one. And Mbengi wins the ball back, plays it up to Sacco. Sacco runs with the ball, plays it into Bonnie. Oh, Bonnie heads just wide. He could have put us 2-0 up. This is what I meant earlier when I said Sacco drifts out to the right, crosses in for Bonnie, and we are getting a lot more chances that way. So we're 70 minutes in now. I'll look at making some changes. We are absorbing a lot of pressure at the back. And Jabby's been booked and he's only on a 6.5, so I'm going to take him off. And I'm going to bring Kevin Long on for him and bring Long out to the right side of the 3. Lucas Lima not having the best of games. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Tom Carroll forward, swap him with Lima, and then I'm going to bring Lima off and bring on Connor Grant for now. And I'm going to put it on counter, just so we can try and hit them on the breaks. That seems to be what we're doing, so we might as well switch it to that mentality. And hopefully it will create a few more chances for us on the break. Because as things stand, we are still mugging them. 15 shots they've had to our 5, and our only shot on target has been the goal still. And I believe they've just hit the crossbar. Was that a save from Fabianski? It didn't go in, that's the main thing. Still absorbing a colossal amount of pressure, and they've just hit the post again. Our goal's leading a charmed life, as the cliche says. We've only had 46% of the possession. Still only the one shot on target. Carroll plays into Grant. Grant to Bonnie, and we're 2-0 up. Bonnie with a wonder goal there. From outside of the area again. Well worked set plays. Throw in to Sacco. Played it back to Paid. Carroll across to Grant. And then who played in Bonnie, and he shot through a crowd of defenders. Put us 2-0 up. In a game we really haven't been, we don't deserve to be winning it, but we've put the ball in the back of the net more than they have, and that's what counts. I'm going to bring Jung on for Paid because we don't want him getting injured again, and that'll be our last substitution. We'll keep it on counter, but we have defended really well. And as soon as I mentioned defending really well, we can see the goal. We were a bit all over the place there. I think maybe I was a little bit generous saying we'd defended well. We were being quite lucky. Our defenders haven't been in the best of form today, although Fabianski has played well, which I think has saved us, and 2 crucial goals when it mattered from our strike partnership, and that looks like it's going to have seen us through for a 4th win on the bounce. We've got literally seconds of time left, and that's it. Another win, and I think that's only the 2nd time that we've won both matches on an episode. 2 goals from both our strikers today helped see us through, so that's fantastic to see them both score, and that propels us up to 8th place on 24 points, level on points with Barnsley in 6th. So we're pushing up there for those playoffs. We're going to have a look, see where we're going to come back. I'd like to come back for the FA Cup, so we'll have a look, see when that comes around. We don't know who we're playing yet in the FA Cup 3rd round, so we will come back before. I think we'll come back for the QPR and Millwall game. Another home and away mix up there, so that'll be good, and then we'll come back just after Christmas, a New Year, and we'll play Huddersfield and then the FA Cup 3rd round map, and hopefully we'll have some transfer news for you by then. So we've gone 6 games undefeated, 4 wins in our last 6 games, and that is great form. It's just a shame we had such a poor start to the season, because otherwise we would have been up there challenging for the title already. But hopefully we can keep this going, and we will be up there eventually. Now, if you like that, please give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe for more Football Manager 18 content, and thank you very much for watching.